Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to show off the new Tuscan that I got to check out yesterday on my stream, thanks to Cat Foods and Brute Maps. So what I understand, this is an alpha version, guys, so everything is subject to change. Some of the textures are temporary. Obviously, like those boxes there don't even have a texture on it. So this is just like a very early version. And from what I understand, uh, Cat Food underscore maps on Twitter is the dude kind of bringing this map to life and visually making it look very nice. And then you have Brute Maps, which is the original guy that made Tuscan way back in the day. Super excited about this map. This is one of my favorite maps back in the day to compete on. And I think it's a favorite from a lot of people that used to play 1.6 back in the day or Counter-Strike Source to compete. It was always a really fun map competitively to play. And it's really exciting that this could possibly be played in the future as a competitive map. At least that's what we hope. That would be really awesome to see this map played in competitive again. So I'm just gonna run around real quick right now. This is banana. I don't know what you call it, but we're coming up to B here. And I actually really like the theme of the map, the old map. And I'm gonna be switching between old school 1.6 here. We're just, this is my editing style. We're just doing this in one take, all right? So here's the old 1.6 stuff. Here's the new one. I actually like this a lot, the castle look. And we have a lot of maps that already look like Dust 2 and Mirage, and like Tuscan would kind of look the same to a certain extent. So I really like this map. Plus, we don't have cobble in the pool, and there's, a little bit of cobble. My first initial thoughts, actually, when I saw this, is it was too cartoony for me personally. I'm not a big fan of cartoony looking stuff, but it actually has grown on me already within like a day, and it looks just very clean. Like I said, some of these textures are temporary. Like I don't know if they're going to be this clean looking, so to speak. I really have no idea. But I think the most important part about a map, or one of the most important parts about a map, is that it's easily to recognize models, enemies. We don't want this shit to be Call of Duty, where you can't see your enemy and he's shooting you in a bunch of grass and you just can't even see him. So visually being able to see enemies is like really important, and so far this map looks absolutely amazing for that. And it looks really good as well for how early on we are in the map. What didn't I check out yet? Let me go back here, check this back, pack all here. And I'll run through 1.6 as well to show you guys. Going through here, we used to call this CPL. It's a little window into short Z. Coming back out here, we got the site. It's a little bit different here. These boxes are a little bit different. This is obviously new, this big rock thing for the corner here. Sewers is new. I'll show you the new sewers entrance. And this is actually one of the biggest changes to the map in terms of layout. Is that extra little cubby there. I'll talk about that a little bit later. Oh yeah, T-spawn. Check out T-spawn. A little bit different. Well, actually a decent amount different. This is way different. I mean, obviously T-spawn doesn't really change the overall gameplay of the map, but here it is. Running through. Back to B storage. This loops up back into A storage, and this is like another change to the layout. Is this sewer? It used to be more like right here. Oh, we're back in CT spawn on the old one. Okay, let's go. Let's run through this real quick. So here's middle, A site, going through, kitty. And so the sewers used to be here, and it used to be really long, like really long. So this is actually a change that I really like, and I'm definitely someone that doesn't want them to touch Tuscan pretty much at all in terms of the layout, because I want it to be just, original Tuscan as close as possible. So here we are coming out of the door into the A site. But now moving it from like right here over to here, it makes it just a little bit shorter, so just a little bit more viable and not as crazy as like, oh, if you want to go sewers, you got to dedicate your life to it, kind of thing. And he said yesterday on my stream, that he's going to add something that you have to break. So like the 1.6 version or source, whatever, you have to break it to at least get into it. But here's this version. It's a little bit cleaner, not as many crazy little cubbies. Little window here you could throw nades through. It's a little bit more straightforward so far, which I like. It's pretty clean. The other version, the 1.6 and source version, has a lot of different cubbies. There's a lot to clear out in this version. Box here, cubby there. This right here is kind of clearing this out. It's really tough. Like, he could be in any corners. So I actually really like the sewer change here. It's a little bit cleaner, a little bit faster. Pretty good. Pretty nice. I like it. And let's go back to this corner here. This corner here I actually think will be a big change of how the T's and the CTs obviously control Kitty. Because someone can just sit here, wait for a pop flash from the CTs and kind of punish them. Or the op could sit here and wait for any aggression. If he gets pop flash, he just tucks away. Before, it was a lot harder to just like, it was kind of scary to walk up Kitty because at any point the CTs could pop flash attack you. So I like this though. I like to see what will happen with that little cubby there. But pretty much the rest of the map is pretty close to the 1.6 and source versions. Like I said, a little things here and there are different. And I'll kind of get into my critiques of what I think they should change. This is obviously my opinion. I think the guys have done an absolute awesome job so far with the map. Obviously really excited for it. But these are my critiques that I would like to see personally. So starting with the A side here is I like for positions not to feel very cramped. And I feel that positions that are too cramped don't allow a player to show off his movement or his skill well enough if he's restricted by the movement. So this corner here, for example, I feel like this whole rock wall should be pushed back a bit because coming out of here, the only way you can really peek this is right here. Like this is just this is all the room you have to work with, and peeking close on a left-hand angle, you're always going to lose this fight if you're doing this and there's a guy here. So I'd like this back a little bit further so you can kind of peek away from the box a bit and just have more movement choices here. You can't seem kind of restricted. And same with the door. I feel like the door, you come out the door and there's just like, there's like nowhere here. You can't do anything. You kind of come out, you're just feeling, I like more room to work with and to do different kind of peaks and, I don't know, it just feels kind of cramped there. You can kind of see how much more space is in the 1.6 version. I mean, the scale is a little bit different on 1.6, obviously. But there's just more space here to work with on like how you want to peek. Do you want to peek close and swing? Do you want to crouch peek in the back? Like there's just more to it. And same with this corner here as well. Look how much more space you have. There's so much more room to work with. And I think that's really important. I actually do like this rock being here because I think you need at least one box that's not spammable, or like you don't want this dude coming out here and spamming this wall. It's already going to be hard enough with all the Molotovs and the terrorists having, so I kind of like a rock wall that's going to be, you're going to have to clear it out with a Molotov. That could be cool. But like I said, if this was just pushed out a little bit, this would give you more room to work with that door. This would give this position a little bit more room to work with. It's just kind of claustrophobic here. And then this cubby is extremely small. This is the smallest cubby I've ever seen. Like, you can't even do anything in there. And the 1.6 cubby, look at all this real estate. Free real estate. Woo! You just have more room to, like, work with. If you want to, like, someone peeks you and you fucking, you do a little crouch movement. But in this one, you're kind of just like, you're just chilling. You're in here, You're just in here. And that's it. I don't know. Also, these angles here, I don't think will work in a high level. They're just going to be really bad angles. Because, let's see here. Like, playing this angle here, you're not seeing until that point. Just because of the, like, they're not deep enough. And plus of the left eye peeking. Like, I saw some, you're going to be able to see this dude. I mean, he's looking the other way, but this angle is going to be very useless. This angle is going to be very useless. And I just feel like you don't have enough room, once again, with the movement. Like, once you come here, only like one guy can really be behind here. Like, these angles are really bad for post plant. Like, you'd have to come in here and like hold this angle here if you really even wanted to use any of these angles. Here would be really bad. Like, just all these angles, this person here is going to always see this dude before, just because they're not deep enough and there's not enough to work with here. Like, look how much deeper these angles are. Like, someone has to come into the site way deeper, and you're going to set up better crossfires. I just feel like the angles are a way better if they make these boxes a little bigger. But yeah, like, some of the boxes just seem really small. Like, this is a very early map, but this is just like my criticism. And I feel like this is not deep enough either. In the other versions, you would get way deeper into this. A guy even walking up Kitty can see this dude. So unless he's like literally staring into the wall like this. And also, you'd probably want to make this movement flat. Having a little bit of elevation change is just kind of annoying for gameplay. But yeah, this corner is just so much deeper, and it's just, once again, more room to work with. You know what I mean? If someone's retaking the bomb site and you're playing an after plant here, you just have more room to work with. You can play like really tucked and make them clear, like hard clear you, and maybe you have a teammate here playing a crossfire, so he has to fully come in and like really hard swing you to kill you if you're super tucked. But right here, like, your whole side of your body is exposed. You can't even really hide back here, it feels like. So I would just say, like, there needs to be more space here. This box is like questionable. I just know like these angles are just gonna be really, they just don't feel good gameplay wise. I think you just move this out a little bit further. You just move this box out just to give a little bit of breathing room to this dude. And once again, I think this is also a little restricted. It just feels a little restricted because the only, like, this is literally your only movement path here, is right here. And that's gonna be really tough as a CT. If you have terrorists creeping up here and you ever decide to peek that, you're just always dead because of left eye, right eye, and you're close to the box. That's pretty much my criticism, though. I mean, at middle here, you kind of want one smoke to be able to smoke off the choke point, and it's so close. Let's see here. There's always going to be like a gap here somewhere. I have my HUD off, so it kind of looks weird. See, like, there's always going to be... So mid's just slightly too big for one smoke, which can be weird, but I'm not going to really talk too much besides bringing it up there. Everything else is honestly really awesome. Really good so far. This is pretty clean. They had to add this little lip here, which is not in the other versions because you can't do like the extra little boost like you can in the other versions of Counter-Strike. This is awesome though, being able to boost into there. This is something new as well, being able to jump up here. I do like this change though, because it allows just for more plays. You know, you can come up here, be sneaky in the clutch. But before, you couldn't get up here. You could only, you could get up from that side, right? But you couldn't come up from this side unless you got boosted. Oh yeah, here's one more thing. It's kind of on the same topic, is just being the areas being too small. I just feel like this room is just slightly too small. Only one person can fit through here. I mean, it is a doorway, but it's just really small. I think they should make it at least the size of that one. Just coming through here just feels really, really, really tight. And I could just see retakes through here being an absolute disaster working with someone when you can't both like fit through unless you're absolutely against the wall and the other person's absolutely against this wall coming through. But then that makes it really awkward playing super tight to the wall. So those are just the gameplay things that I've noticed, and I'll kind of show you. Let's just show you what this one looks like. See, from here you could jump up, but you couldn't make it again, right? And to go back over here, go like that, go from here. Oh, moving so slow. This one just like the doorway isn't large or anything, but it's definitely more room. You know what I mean? You definitely have more room to work with here. This is a different angle too as well. You can see all the way through backhaul. So there are slightly different, like you can see all the way to CT there, but you can't see like this angle, right? So there are some slight changes to the map layout, kind of like that, but I just feel like this is really tight. Like I would just, like if they want this to be a hiding spot for someone to like be hiding here from this position, for example, like a retake or something, then maybe just like you make this deeper. And then even if you make this deeper and you see deeper into spawn, I mean, it was like that in the old version. I don't know if they're trying to get rid of that, but kind of the same thing. But yeah, that's just what I think about the map. I think it's awesome, and don't take away from me like giving my criticism on what needs to be changed. Like, as if I don't like the map. It's just the thoughts that are instantly coming to my head because I want the map to be obviously really awesome, and I want it to succeed, and I want the pros to be playing it. That would be absolutely awesome to see this map back in the pool. But yeah, it's honestly amazing, and I can't wait to play it. I think Cat Food said there might be a play, like we might be able to do 10 mans in like 2 weeks, or it might be playable in like 2 weeks to do some play testing and further development. I don't know how accurate that is. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard though. But yeah, I'll put Cat Food's Twitter and Brute Map's Twitter in the description below if you guys want to hit them up and ask them any questions or do whatever. This is also something to think about here. You have a headshot angle here, then it's like not a headshot angle here, but you'll be seen. So this is like another gameplay area that you might want to look into, just because whoops, these headshot angles are just a bit awkward for gameplay. I mean, it was like this in Source actually, not 1.6. So that'll be one thing to kind of talk about as well, I think. Is this box is obviously in 1.6, you can't see over it, right? So you play this angle, but in Source you actually could see over the box and play just the headshot angle. I personally think you want to get rid of as many headshot angles as possible for gameplay. See what I mean? It's just kind of weird. So it's something to think about. Maybe make this box a little bit bigger, but then that might make you be able to jump on this box. Do they want that? Maybe make this box just a little bit taller. A lot goes into it. And this little box here is actually new too. So you can jump up this way. That's new. But yeah, I think I'm done ranting. Yeah, hopefully we can start playing some sub 10 mans or some 10 mans on my stream here shortly on the map. Give them more feedback on any gameplay changes that need to happen, because I don't think he's going to complete any of the textures or anything like that until like everything's kind of in final form, or at least close to it. I think he said that way it's easier to move stuff around and change stuff. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you next year.